Yeah, championship, here we come, eh? All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you, and welcome to a brand new season here at Walsall. It's obviously extremely exciting times here as we prepare for the new season in League One, and I'm ready to take a few questions as well. Yes, Aussie, it's Harry Drinkbottom, Walsall Times. Now, the bookies have you in a relegation battle this season, and you've also lost a few key players to injuries. How do you expect this season to go? Yeah, look, mate, I mean, Lavery and Clark are obviously big misses for us, but we've strengthened over the summer to deal with that, and I think that we showed in the Cups last season that we're more than capable of playing at this level. Yes, Aussie, now there's been some concerns in the comments about a lack of goal-scoring threat and maybe a lack of depth at fullback. How would you respond to those? Yeah, look, mate, I wouldn't disagree. To be honest, I think we could probably do with another left-back for the long season ahead. And you can certainly never have too much quality up top. But, you know, there's still a month to go of the transfer window, so let's just wait and see what that has in store for us. Yes, Aussie, finally for me, please. League One this season has the likes of Derby County, Preston, Hull City, Ipswich and Portsmouth in it this season. How do you expect Walsall to fare? Yeah, look, I mean, obviously there's some very big clubs in the division this season, but they wouldn't be in the division if they weren't at our level. So we go into every game thinking we can win, believing we can win, and, you know, we'll see where that leaves us come May. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villa and welcome to Season 2, Episode 1 of the Dean Smith Footsteps Challenge. Look to follow in the great man's footsteps. We are at Walsall in League One. Welcome to League One. And today we are facing Burton Albion and Gillingham as we get our season underway. So let's start by having a quick look at what League One is expecting this season. Season preview here, we can see it's just so there are some big teams in this division. Derby, Preston and Hull City got relegated. We came up obviously with Forest Green, Bradford and Plymouth. You can see there we're sort of lower mid-table, but the odds would suggest we're sort of in that relegation conversation. But 24-1, I think, could we push for the playoffs? Time will tell, I guess, on that front. You can see we've got two big tests today, though, because first game against blank there against Burton, very, very similar expectations, and Gillingham are expected to be relegated, so two huge games to start things off. We can see the team of the Media Dream team. We don't have any representatives in that. If we go and have a look down here at some of the key players in the division, let's see who we've got here. Reece Burke, Sean Maguire, there's a few names there. Louis Coyle at Fleetwood from the Leeds United save, of course. We know what a good player he is. Anybody else there that we recognise? Matt Virtue, we had him at Villa a few FMs ago, didn't we? And Mecca is one of our key players. That's to be expected. And I would imagine probably Redmond would be the other one. It's Liam Roberts, the goalkeeper. So there we go, and there's the rest of the key players in the division. Let's have a look at the board expectations for us, perhaps, for this season. We are expected to avoid relegation this season in the league. That is kind of, I guess, roughly what the odds would suggest, sort of 16th or so. Time will tell. Time will tell exactly how good we are and how far up we can push up the table, but I don't know. I always think we can win every game, so we'll see how far we can go. FA Cup, third round minimum. Again, that's going to be dependent on the draw, but being a League One team, we're not going to face any teams in a higher division until the third round. So that should be something that's achievable. Again, it could depend if we get a tricky draw or not. Carabao Cup, this first round we're away to Bradford City in that one. Second round minimum, so the board expect us to win that. That's a tough one. Bradford City, well, we saw the last game of last season, they beat us, and they did get promoted with us, so that's not the easiest one. And this leasing.com thing, we haven't got... Have we got a group stage draw for that? Yeah, I think we do, actually. There we are there. So we've got Arsenal on the 23s, Colchester, Gillingham, and ourselves. You probably can't see that's behind my head, can you? So well done, Aussie Villain, you moron. Southern section, we'll try this again. We were Group H, weren't we? There we go. Got there in the end. That's our group draw for that. Arsenal 23s could be difficult. Well, yeah, who cares? Who cares, basically? We'll do what we do in that one. So here we go, away from home on the opening day. We are not the favourites, which is probably fair enough, given that, you know, we're newly promoted. Nigel Clough is their manager, good old Cloughie, and we can see here that they're a mixed marking, pressing style, balanced standard of play. Nigel Clough is obviously a decent enough manager, though certainly not his dad, is he? But he was never going to be, if we're being fair to him. This is how, now again, we are playing friendly, so it's difficult to know for sure. This is how they played in their last friendly, though, and that was against Matlock Town, so you think they should maybe be a little bit more ambitious against a team like that. But yeah, there's their passing network and their key passes as well. Let's go and have a look at the team we're sending out, shall we? That's what we really care about here. And this is it. We're going to stick to the same sort of formation as last season. Now, a few injury reminders or updates. Redmond has got a minor, it's a knee twist. We're not going to risk him game one of the season making that worse. So he's on the bench if we're desperate. But I don't suspect we will see him. Liam Roberts, our goalkeeper, is out for about a week. He's going to miss this episode. Clark, the captain, of course, is gone for 5 to 8 months with a damaged cruciate ligament. Jules is just coming back from injury, so he's not really match fit for this one either. And if we go down a little bit further, Jack Nolan's in this first team now, but he is 2 to 3 months away still. But he's a very, very talented young player, so we will almost certainly see him at some point this season. And of course, Colin Lavery, who injured himself at the end of last season, damaged cruciate ligament as well. He's still about 2 to 4 months away. So that being the case, this is a team that we're sending out. Rogerson goes in goal for us. He wasn't great in Bradford at the end of last season. Let's hope he has improved over the summer. Our defensive duo to start with, it's all changed from last season's first choice. Lloyd Jones makes his debut as a ball-playing centre-back crucially, and Corey Roberts comes in to partner him. Down the right, we're going with Liam Kinsella. He was solid there for us last year. Alex Denny comes in as the anchor man for this one to just sit in there and hopefully do a job for us. Cockerell Mollett goes down the left. We have in midfield, we have Joe Willis, who of course was a good player for us last year, and Mecca as the advanced playmaker. Hopefully he will have a big debut for us, and Bates continues in the box-to-box midfielder role. He's developing very, very nicely indeed. Up top to start with, we're going to try Denny Hilton as the target man on support, and Denny Candlin as the pressing forward. He was on fire at the start of last season with his goal scoring, so let's hope that continues. We have a quick look at the bench as well. We have our third choice goalkeeper on the bench. Hopefully we don't need him. Folds, who is coming back from an injury as well and is not match sharp, so he starts this one on the bench. We have Norman still coming back from his broken leg, so he starts on the bench. Facey as well as another option. The reason we have two sort of right wingers on there is because Kinsella's going to cover in, and we basically have a bit of a lack of options in midfield right now, so that's that's why that's sort of there. We also need a cover for left back, centre back, so between the three of them, they should sort of cover those defensive positions for us. Redmond, as I said, is on the bench. He doesn't start this one, but he's there if we need him. Perry Moss, still trying to figure out what to do with him in terms of a position, so he's on the bench for this one, as is Adebayo, who finished last season in form, goal scoring form, so hopefully he'll pick up where he left off. This is it. Let's start League One. So they have come out as expected there. Now they just have the 3 debutants, whereas we have, 3 or 4. So it's not too bad for first game of the season. Yeah, we'll see how we go here. Mark in the comments we were sort of discussing how best to play or approach this season. Obviously the Redmond injury, what do you want to say? Just go out there and impress me probably. That sort of it's messed up a little bit of what we can do, because obviously it's a bit of a no-brainer to play Emeka as the advanced playmaker with no Redmond. One thing we were sort of tossing around ideas is whether we go with Emeka as a sort of a deep lying forward with Hilton as the target man, and then sort of bring Redmond in to in midfield to replace Emeka. Because I'm sort of cautious of not being too attacking, especially early on, till we sort of figure out exactly what our level is. But like I say, the Denny Redmond knock for this one kind of made that a bit of took away any choice that we had really. Alright, here we go, highlights. Burton have it. I can't spit Burton out today. Anyway, Burton have the ball. Can we put a bit of pressure on them here? Are we going to find ourselves conceding the first goal of the season? There's a Kinsella down to Denny. Denny back to Kinsella. Ball across. Hender knocks it down nicely. Here's our first look at Emeka. What can he do? He gets tackled away from him. Denny wins it back. Excellent stuff. Back in there to Emeka. Over to Willis. Willis out for Cockerell Mollett. Can he get a bit of quality in? Where's our target man, Hilton? It's there for Candlin. Back out to Cockerell Mollett. It's a penalty, is it? It is a penalty. Oh, that looked a little bit soft. But Cockerell Mollett with the penalty. Who's taking it? We don't know as of yet. It'll be a surprise when we see the name. It is Liam Kinsella. Come on, boys. There it is. We've taken the lead in a League One game, our first game of the season. Kinsella tucks away the penalty like a pro. And that is 1-0 away from home, opening day of the season. That's a nice start, isn't it? Very, very nice start indeed. All right, if we can defend well now, then that's half the battle, isn't it? It's been a really, really good performance. Dominating possession, not giving them a sniff, really. So it's difficult to be anything other than happy right now. But I would prefer we were creating a few more chances. Yeah, but to just opening day of a season after being promoted, that's not too bad. Have to be an assertive, don't get complacent, boys. But debutants are solid. Jones has been solid. Denny's been solid, and Mecca has been solid, I guess, and Hilton is playing a 6-7 in a game that we haven't really seen too much attacking going on, so that's not too bad as well. I wonder if maybe we exploit the middle. No, let's leave it as it is. Let's maybe take it off, work ball into the box, and see where that leaves us. Yeah, let's try that. See if we can get it forward a little bit quicker. We've got a corner to defend here. It's headed away by Jones, but not completely cleared. Bates can't clear it either. And, it's a good block in there by Corey Roberts. Cockerel Mollett tries to complete a clearance. It doesn't go very far. We're under a little bit of pressure here. Oh, and what a save that is by Rogerson. Absolutely huge. Not the best start to the second half here, but Rogerson has plucked a save out of the very, very top drawer there, and that is huge. Absolutely huge. Slow start, but we've seen that off, it looks like, and we still have that lead intact, which is crucial. Let's try to show some passion here. Candlin is not having a great game up top, so let's take him off. Let's try Perry Moss as a deep lying forward, or a false 9. Let's try him as a false 9. A false 9 with a target man, that might work. And that's another position I think Mark was saying we could try and Macca in as well, in the comments. So we'll as I said, we'll do the first few games of the season is going to be a little bit about just trying to sort of figure out the best way for us to play. And Perry Moss is injured. Well, there we go. So never mind that. Adebayo is definitely not a deep lying forward, so I'll get him up there as a pressing forward again. Let's use this opportunity maybe to just start and slow things down a little bit. We'll may as well time waste while we're here, and yeah, we'll just see if we can see this out. I don't know if we need to change too much about the way we're defending because they haven't really created anything. And yeah, hopefully that Perry Moss injury isn't too serious. It's one of these where I'm thinking 6 minutes of stoppage time. We might need to loan him out to try and get him first team football, let him develop and see exactly what sort of a player he turns into. He looks to be like a very creative player, almost like an Imeka type of player, but we need him to develop, don't we? And I don't know if he's going to get enough time with us to do it. Kinsella whips across in. It's cleared away. Don't get caught on the break. Is he offside? How have we got 2-on-1 at the back? That's not right. And oh dear. 95th minute, and we've committed suicide. What was that? How has that happened? 2-on-1 when we're winning a game in stoppage time. How does that happen? Unbelievable. Oh, we've thrown away 2 points there. An away draw on the opening day of the season is not the worst, but that is suicide at the end. And that is needless to say, we cannot continue to do that. The Perry Moss injury, of course, it's relatively serious. That seems to be the way our injuries are going right now. But there we go. Emeka, we got some, we got some debuts out of the. It's if that goal had come any other time, you'd say fair enough. But we'll do this off camera anyway. That was a bit disappointing. Yeah. Anyway, wait right there, guys. We'll be back. We'll be at home for the first time in League One against Gillingham. Redmond will be back. And hopefully we'll defend a little bit better. We have breaking news out of Walsall as manager Aussie Villain unveils no fewer than 4 new signings, including a new club transfer record. Now, for more on this story, we cross live to Harry Drinkbottom. And Harry, it's been a very busy day at the club. Yeah, it certainly has been, as manager Aussie Villain reacts to the disappointing draw against Burton Albion. Let's start with the record transfer fee. That was Hiram Boateng, who joins for £375,000 from MK Dons, a 24-year-old midfielder he is. Also strengthening midfield is a 23-year-old Frenchman, Kylian Rame. Now, he joins on a free transfer from amateur French football. And also joining is 24-year-old Connor Shaughnessy. He joined from Leeds United for a fee of £180,000. Now, the fourth addition is a fullback. It's Mitch Clark. He joins on a season-long loan from Leicester City. Alright, welcome back, and well, that was a little spasm of signings, wasn't it? I was hoping some of these would be done ready for the start of the season, but they've all sort of come through together here, which is fine. It's excellent stuff. So let's have a look at what we've signed. Hiram Boateng, the new club record signing, £375,000. You can see we're paying him 3.3 grand a week as an important first-team player. The fans rate him as a B signing. The squad is now overloaded with attacking midfielders. I don't see him as an attacking midfielder, to be honest. We can see here is what I wanted to do was sign League One ready players, and this guy is definitely that. You can see there he can play as a left back if we need him to, but predominantly in the centre of the park. This is the role we'll look to use him in, and he's a good player. I think he's a very good player. Vision of 15, passing of 13, so he's going to create for us as well. He can dribble. As I said, we did sign him from MK Dons. He did play not too much last season. Sorry, last season he did play in League One, and this season he was a first choice player for MK Dons as well. So we've signed someone that is ready to play League One football, and that is predominantly what I wanted to do. So that's the first signing, Hiram Boateng. Next up was the loan signing of Mitch Clark. We needed some cover at fullback, and Mitch Clark is going to provide that. You can see we're paying him £2 grand a week, potentially a championship right back, which is excellent. I'm hoping we might even be able to convince him to stay on beyond this season. You can see he can cover both sides, though he is right-footed, so he'll be better down the right. But he's a very good right back. He could almost play in midfield. He's so good, to be honest, on the ball. But yeah, very strong. We can see he did come through at Villa, which is why he's so talented, obviously. We signed him, Leicester snapped him up on a free transfer. He's in League 2 last year, didn't do too much, but he's better than that. He's going to be a good player for us. I'm really excited about Mitch Clark. I think he's going to be a star. So that is signing number 2. Signing number 3, and this is one that I have to give credit to the director of football. He found this guy. We gave him a scout, and he looks quite good. So again, just over £2 grand a week. We're paying him as a regular starter, 2-year deal. What was Boateng? How long was he here for? I think it was a 3-year deal for Boateng. No, it's a 2-year deal as well. But Kylian Rame, yeah, you can see again, it's a B rated sign. They're concerned about the squad being overloaded with central midfield. Let's have a look at this guy. What my plan is now is the likes of Sam Perry and a couple of others in midfield that are younger. I'm going to try and send them out on loan so they're getting first team football. But this guy's quite good, a really good, solid all-round midfielder. He can tackle, he can pass, his vision is good, his teamwork is good, passing's good, first touch. He's just, again, a League One ready midfielder, which is exactly what we wanted. We snapped him up from amateur football. He was smashing amateur football last year. Let's hope he does just as well in League One. I think he's going to be solid. He needs to learn the language, so we'll ease him in slowly. But again, I'm really happy to get him in on a free transfer as well. That is an absolute steal. He's already worth, you can see, 125k. And the final one that we got in was Shaughnessy. This was a little bit of, this wasn't one I had in the works, but he came up. The scouts found him. He was only 180 grand, which I think is a good signing. Again, we see a B- signing, just over £2 grand a week. Again, a 2-year deal, signed as a regular starter. And again, League One ready. He can play anywhere down the spine pretty much. I'm thinking he could actually do a decent job for us as a ball-playing defender. Now, we did have him in the Leeds United series, of course, for a while. And I sort of flirted with him in the Premier League, but he wasn't quite good enough. But for League One, he is very definitely good enough. And 180 grand, I think, is an absolute steal for him. And we nicked him off of, he's out on loan at Doncaster, so we nicked him off them as well for this season. So I think, again, a really good, solid League One ready player that can play anywhere down the spine of the team. And that's exactly what we want, even as a halfback. He could actually be quite useful as a halfback if we have Jules back in the centre of defence with Corey Roberts. But anyway, they're the signings. Let me know what you think. We obviously still need to look to find a striker, I think. But we'll kind of wait and see how that goes. But yeah, I think we've done quite well getting those guys in, and it definitely strengthens up the midfield and, of course, a good solid wing back as well. But let's have a look at Gillingham. This is what we're up against now. We're your favourites for this one. They won their first game. Obviously, we should have won our first game if we could defend in stoppage time. I still don't really understand what happened at the end there. I'll have to go back and when I'm editing and see exactly how we got caught out so badly. But they're a Steve Evans coach team. One of the less likeable men in football, I would say, so I'd really like to beat him if we can. Adventurous standard playing style. We are expecting them to come out in this sort of narrow diamond. This is, you can see they're very, very narrow defensively. We'll obviously be looking to stretch them and get down the sides of them. There's their passing network and their key passes from the 1-0 win over Plymouth. And this is a team that we're sending out. A few debutants. Now, one thing to flag up here is Roger says picking himself up an injury. He's missing this one for a pulled thigh. I don't trust our number 3 to come in, so we're going to play Roberts even though he's not fully fit with a pulled groin. So this is a risk. Hopefully, he'll see out the game. We're going to stick with Jones and Roberts in the centre of our defence. We haven't really had any under-23 games yet to try and get some of these bench guys up to speed. So we'll go with them again. Kinsella, Denny and Cochrane Mollett continue. Boateng comes in to make his debut. Redmond is back fit and Bates go in midfield. And Macca up as a false 9. We're going to try him in that role up there with Denny Hilton and just kind of see what happens. On the bench, we do have Clark and Reme. So we'll try and get debuts out of the way for them if the game allows for it. Shaughnessy's only just come into the club, so I'm not going to have him on the bench for this one. But obviously, start of the season, we have games coming thick and fast. He'll make his debut in one of those. Alright, and here we go. I did keep faith with Denny, even though there's maybe better players now that are in the squad, because I thought he did really, really well against Burton. So we're gonna stick with him. Marcus Stewart says try to encourage the team. We'll just say go out there and impress me again. And hopefully we'll just want to see a little bit more progress from last game. Maybe a few more chances. Be interesting to see. And Macca as the false 9, see how he does in that position. The one thing I think that these new signings do allow now is that we will be able to play him more as a striker or in that sort of position, I think. Cochrane Mollett's picked up a very poor goal kick there. Can he find? So got men. Oh, Cochrane Mollett. Look at that. We had 2 men on the far side of the penalty spot, and Cochrane Mollett had to try and find them there. That was really, really selfish, and I'd argue it's cost us a goal. We're dominating possession early on here. Throw comes in. Hilton can't win the header. Alfie Bates picks it up. Back to Kinsella. Kinsella goes past one. Can he pick out a man? It's there for Macca. It's headed away. Redmond will pick that up, though. Back to Boateng. A first look at him in a Walsall shirt. Almost said Barla then. Cochrane Mollett. What's he going to do? Back to Boateng. Boateng. You can see his squad number is number 7 for those playing along at home. Here we go with Kinsella. We're moving it around nicely. Side to side. Dinked it in. Cochrane Mollett picks it up. Back to Boateng. Back to Cochrane Mollett. Can he get down the side of his man? He pulls it back. This time it's away. And Macca's there for Alfie Bates. Oh! We've seen Bates score a few goals like that last season. On this occasion, though, just couldn't quite find the back of the net. Here we go. Jones with a free kick. Up there to Bates. Bates spreads it out nicely to Kinsella. Kinsella brings it forward. He goes in for Redmond. What can he do? He's got a man outside him. Redmond, he goes himself. Is it a tackle? It is a tackle, not a penalty. Cochrane Mollett not having the best game considering who we have on the bench that can come in and play on that right side now in Mitch Clark. And are we going to find ourselves on the back of a counter-attack here? We're doing a decent job holding them up. Redmond wins back in possession from the loose pass there. Here we go with Boateng. He spreads it out to Kinsella. Kinsella goes down the outside of his man. Can he get across into the box? Here it is. It's coming in. Cochrane Mollett's there. Cochrane Mollett, he sticks away his first of the season. He may not be able to cross for a teammate, but he can certainly get on the end of a teammate's cross. Amazing, amazing stuff by Callum Cochrane Mollett. He loves a goal, doesn't he? A very, very good attacking fullback he is too. And if he can just sort out the support side of his game, he could be a really, really good fullback for us. It's a really good header. And Liam Kinsella with the assist. Of course, last season's Golden Spoon winner with a goal and an assist already this season in the first few games. All right, it's another highlight. Cochrane Mollett in there for Boateng. Boateng for Redmond. Redmond back for Denny. Denny, don't trip over it, mate. Back over to Boateng. Boateng spreads the play. It's a good ball for Bates to Hilton. Hilton out to Kinsella. Nicely done, Hilton. Can he get on the end of a cross? It's there for Cockerell Mullet again. And Callum Cockerell Mullet, he's going to win the Golden Boot. He's got 2 goals in about as many minutes here. Kinsella with another assist. And we're just high-flying at this point, aren't we? 2-0. We move up to 5th in the table. Hilton did really, really well there. It's just one little touch, isn't it? But he found Kinsella in space. And an early cross-in. Goalkeeper really should be doing a little bit better there. But we'll take it. 2-0, 20 minutes gone. And excellent, excellent stuff. If this keeps up, we will be able to give debuts to Remy and Clark as well, which is excellent. We haven't really seen much of Mecca as a false 9 as of yet. But, yeah, we'll see. It's one of those things I think we'll need to give it time. And see exactly how to get the best out of both him and Redmond for this season. Because they're 2 very good attacking players. But we haven't particularly seen too much from them just yet. It's going to have to be, again, being assertive. Don't let your performance levels drop. Hilton's looking complacent. Come on, mate. Don't do that. See if we can get a little bit more out of these guys. A little bit more out of Corey Roberts at the back. It's good to see the goalkeeper is still looking relatively fit out there. The way it turns out, we probably could have played the number 3 keeper because they haven't had a shot on target as of yet, but we want to know that. Here we go, Corey Roberts over a free kick. He goes it out there to Kinsella. Kinsella to Roberts. I tell you what I really, really love about Kinsella is that he can play, it seems he can play any position on the field. Here we go, Cochrane Mullet. Can he add an assist to his goals? It's there for Hilton. It's Kinsella. Kinsella gets a second of the season. And we only need, apparently, Cochrane Mullet and Kinsella on the field because we are ripping them to shreds down the wings. Denny Hilton gets himself an assist. But yeah, we could see from the pre-game analyst report, they were too narrow. It was always going to be a game where we try and get down the sides of them. It's a flick on from Denny Hilton to find Kinsella and mark at the back post. It's 3-0 now to Walsall, and this is much, much more like it. We'll give him some praise on the hour mark. Let's get some more debuts out of the way here. Let's get Remy on for... let's get him... What position is he best at? It's not going to show me, is it? All right, well, let's get him on for Bates, who's already played a full game this season. He can play as a box-to-box, so that works for me. And Mitch Clark, he's better down the right. So let's rest Liam Kinsella and get Clarkey on for a debut. All right. Let's see if we can go and see this game out now. Are there any more goals in it for us? That's the big question, so let's give him some praise. This has been a really, really good performance, hasn't it? Promising to see too with so many new players in the team now between sort of the players that made a debut in the first game of the season, the ones playing in this one. Hilton had it away, and Mecca, and Felix and Mecca gets a first goal for the club. Pounced on the loose defensive header. Hilton very, very heavily involved again. And, well, this is what we've got to look forward to this year. Now, we've got to bear in mind, Gillingham were one of the favourites for relegation. So, we're not playing the strongest team, but Hilton was really, really influential there, wasn't it? Didn't allow a clean defensive header on the ball. It fell straight to Felix. And then Mecca gets himself a first Saddler's goal. And, well, we are flying high now, aren't we? And we've still got players on the bench to make debuts in Shaughnessy and Folds as well. Remy, back there to Denny, who I think has looked really, really good. Here we go with Clark getting forward. Can he pick out somebody? It's there for Cockerell Mullet and CCM. A stunning finish to get himself a hat-trick. It's 5-0. Absolutely amazing stuff. This is, I think, our record score. Did we get a 5-er last season? We may have got 1-5-0 against Macclesfield, but I think that was 5-1. So this will be, I think, a record score for us in charge of Walsall. And look at that finish from CCM. For a fullback, he's got himself a hat-trick. He's got to be one of the top goal scorers in the league. And if we can play like this for the rest of the year, then never mind avoiding relegation. We're a big chance of going up again. 5-0 at home, and we've not done yet. Cockerell Mullet in for Boateng. Can we get to that? No, we cannot. And they go back to the goalkeeper. They're looking shell-shocked. Can we win that? We should win that. Clark gets it. He's got to be offside, doesn't he? And Mecca is surely offside. It's a good finish, but yeah, he is offside. Took his chance well, though, which is promising to see. Though I'm sure he suspected he was offside, and there's maybe a little bit less pressure on the finish, if that being the case. But Rise has won. That's a stunning opening debut, opening game to the home game to the season. I don't know why I said debut in there. But that's really, really good, boys. Don't get complacent, but more of that, please. So there we go, 5-star Walsall triumph. Boateng makes a debut, Mitch Clark and Killen Reme make debuts. A hat-trick for Callum Cockrell-Mollett, with a stunning finish being the final goal of that hat-trick as well. And that's what you like to see, isn't it? A quick update of the league table. We should really have 6 points from that, shouldn't we? But we don't. We've got 4, but looking really, really good. Forest Green top of the division as well. So that's really, really promising start to the season, I think. As I said, let me know what you think in the comments. If you have enjoyed that, don't forget to hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll be back next time. We'll try and get the season underway a little bit here. I think what we might do is come back for, we've got a couple of big games here against Preston and Hull. But I think what we'll do is we'll come back at the end of the month, so we'll be able to wrap up the transfer window as well. Away to Lincoln City, and then away to Bradford City as well. That's all for next time, guys. Until then, I've been Aussie, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.